Staying with wildlife matters, conservationists are headed to the court over one of the government's most treasured projects. The conservationists are opposed to a deal that will see the multi-billion shilling standard gauge railway pass through the Nairobi National Park. The government says that the redesigned SGR route, which will now affect the park, will save the taxpayer close to 10 billion shillings. But conservationists argue its effects on the survival of wildlife will have a much higher cost.
Scenes like no other. Wildlife roaming in the backdrop of the city have earned Nairobi the title the wildlife capital. Home to 4 of the big 5, the Nairobi National Park is the only park in the world in a capital city. Gazetted 69 years ago, the 117 square kilometer park has retained every inch of its 28,911 acres. But all that is about to change. Kenya Railways, the National Land Commission and the custodian of Kenya's wildlife, KWS, last week inked a deal that will for the first time see the park lose some of its land for development. Under the deal, an 11.4 kilometer stretch of the multi-billion shilling standard gauge railway affecting 216 acres of land will pass through the Nairobi National Park in a redesigned route that will spare industries and residential properties from demolition and in turn save the government from compensating those affected.
The agreement that we have reached has managed to make us save close to 10 or 8 billion there, because we are not going to demolish structures. We are only going to increase the height of the bridge.
But the government's cheaper option is not going down well with conservationists.
Development should not should balance with ecosystem.
We have not seen any motion in Parliament seeking to either de-gazette or alter the boundaries of Nairobi National Park. So we are a bit apprehensive.
Talks on a delicate balance between conservation and development have been going on for a while, but the option of the standard gauge railway passing through the park is something conservationists have been opposing.
There is an alternative because there is still an old line that we can revert to.
Let us have public participation as per the demands of Article 10 of the Constitution. Let us have access to information as per the demands of Article 35 of the Constitution.
The government insists that the standard gauge railway will not affect the wildlife ecosystem and says it has in fact increased the number of rail bridges from 1 to 3, each high enough to allow animal movement.
At a height of 11 meters, so all animals, even the giraffe, the tallest giraffe, can pass through.
But conservationists say they will not let the government have its way on this one.
We will do everything in our power, including going to the highest office in the land, and that includes in the executive and in the judiciary and in Parliament, to ensure that the law is followed.
It is not the first time that the government and conservationists are locking horns over the Nairobi National Park. Controversy over a 4-kilometer stretch of the southern bypass passing near the park ended up in court and has seen the construction of the missing link of the southern bypass stall. And for a park which has been struggling to survive due to the loss of the migratory corridor and dispersal areas to development around the Kitengela area, conservationists argue the standard gauge railway is only the latest onslaught on the survival of the park.
It will be setting a dangerous precedent. What can stop other parks from being excised for other development?
The finer details of the deal are set to be released on the 31st of this month. But even before then, it appears the search for that delicate balance between conservation and development is yet to achieve a win-win situation, as efforts to safeguard the city's priceless jewel, which has over the years been losing its shine, head to the courts yet again. Rita Tinina, KTN News.